share this camera.
Have you ever done that before?
No, it's quite cool, isn't it?
Ready?
Yeah.
And action.
For us, Richard Crookes has been an evolutionary business. It's continued to grow.
Post-COVID, our business had changed. Obviously, we'd all been at home and wanted to reconnect with everybody. We wanted to create a different environment for our staff.
We wanted a space that matched where we were going in the industry.
What was really interesting is we'd done some research to consider what is our differentiator in the market, why do people want to work with us and why do they stay with us? And it came down to a pivot point around connection.
You know you work at Richard Crookes Constructions when you feel part of the team.
10%, 15% of our entire staff work here, and you want them to be able to come here and feel welcome.
We wanted to create a different environment for our staff, and the last space just didn't really have that feel.
Our old workplace was quite isolated, it was not close to public transport. The coffee shop was a caravan in the car park.
If we're going to ask you to come to the office, we wanted to make it special for them to do that. Very early on, the design brief that we created was very brief. I guess we kind of knew in our head what we wanted.
And that was a real drive when we shifted. Part of the design brief was a lot of meeting rooms because that was probably the loudest frustration we had in the old space.
It was really interesting to have a construction organisation that do this for a living, employ a design and construction firm to deliver their own home.
Decisions were being made literally on the fly. We wanted to operate because we did not have long to do our fit out. We only had a few months. Convenient way for us to have all of that knowledge in one place.
So I think one of the strengths of our team is that we bring a very strategic approach to our design. We analyse the business, we look at their needs, we look at their functions, and then we lay a concept or a storytelling across the top of that that really engages our clients into the space being theirs.
And I remember the first design presentation where they had all the materials and finishes and everything. It was just, we just got it. It was just perfect. We tweaked a couple of things, but honestly it was, okay, we made it.
One of the drivers behind Richard Crookes was to move into a building that had lots of natural light and open views. So really we used the architecture of the building, the layout of the needs. We designed in corridors with no ends. So there's this constant view of light, there's this constant view of something more, there's this constant activity and movement.
I cried on our opening day, and the excitement when we got here was just palpable.
The energy on that day was so much excitement. There was excited squeals and oohs and ahs, and yeah, it was so much fun. And you know what? That energy remains today. It's a different workplace.
When I first saw this space, I was very impressed with the quality. That was the wow moment.
I was absolutely blown away. It was amazing. The perfect match of elegance, sophistication and practicality.
One of the elements that we did was we connected the boardroom with glazing to the social spaces to the work area. That allowed this transparency of line of sight from one end of the building to the other, but still had the separation and the acoustic requirements that you would need to have those spaces functional.
It all had to be functional. It all had to serve a purpose.
It's created a really nice different zones, but it flows really well. I like the kitchen and the finishes there, so the big island bench.
Different sorts of workstations, different sorts of work areas, different sorts of settings to collaborate in. And ultimately, bringing people together.
Little things like our staircase was one of our design features, and that was intended to draw connection between the two levels. It's absolutely done that.
It was amazing, particularly to see at the back here in the kitchen space and the collaborative nature of that space, to see that full at lunchtime or throughout the day.
Having an open plan office, having collaboration spaces, having an environment where there's a social element where you can get together in breakout rooms and socialise.
Quality, comfortable.
Diverse, quiet, welcoming.
Go. That's exactly the word.
People are working much more efficiently, is how I would describe it.
You see more people collaborating around the space, you see more people in informal spaces around the office.
When I walk in, I see a happy smiley face at the reception desk, and straight away behind that I see colleagues that I'm here to meet, and I can walk back there just as if I'm being welcomed into a home.